Actually, hi all. And it's actually difficult because it's the first time I'm standing in this kind of an arrangement, surrounded everywhere. So which way to look and which way to address. And, and after the fashion show, I think it's even more difficult to hold attention of the young crowd. Uh, Probably they're all looking forward to leave the place and start, because they must have been enthused from morning with so many luminaries speaking to them. So they must be. Uh, um, so I thought I'll keep it more an interactive session. Mm, but yeah, as the video said, I come from a Mofussil town. And those days, this, see, I want to say, what somebody answered, who wants to become a cop? I heard very few voices. But you never know, these exams, the UPSC exams, they just require graduation. So any one of you here can change your mind and actually think of becoming a civil servant. And civil services is the exam conducted by Union Public Service Commission at the center. It's an all India service, all India exam, and there are many services in that. So topmost ranks, you get to choose which service you go into. So you can become an IAS officer, and then and the government is full of the IAS, and then next is the foreign service, the police service, the revenue service, and so on. I'll just take a few leaves from my personal experience, because I've already spoken much. I have a TED talk by name Why Bureaucrats Hesitate to Act. Some of them, some of you might have actually seen it, but you might not be able to recognize because I'm in uniform there and I look quite different. That's the most viewed one with, I think, about 32 lakhs views. Most viewed of, yeah. So that almost contains my journey. So what would I say to a young crowd like this? See, these days you have lot of content on YouTube and social media, the internet, as to how to achieve goals, what to do, what not to do, and so on. So I sometimes, in sessions like this, I'm at crossroads as to what I should speak, because what will actually stick in your mind and stick in your head, what you can actually take home. As I said, I come from official town, and these exams, the UPSC exams, where people become DC as beginning of their career, deputy commissioners, and then in police you become the superintendents of police. You head the district police force and so on. They are actually headquartered in district headquarters. So I grew up in a taluka headquarters, so nobody had actually seen DC office or the DC going to office and coming back, the cars or whatever the paraphernalia. Not many knew when I was growing up. And it was just in third standard when class teacher asked, what do you all want to become? That was the time when I went home, asked my parents. My father said, you have to be an IPS. And he said, either IAS or IPS, he said. And he explained very rudimentary form of what it would be. And I came back and gave the answer, and the teacher made everybody clap. So that is how teachers, can motivate. So when teacher made me clap, I thought, when my father had told me, it hadn't so much impressed. I had just, okay, casually I had thought, okay, this is one career which I could become. But when teacher made everybody clap just for that answer, because nobody else had told, I thought, oh, this is something very special. So this is how you pick up, what you want to become or how you want to go about. You pick up cues. Okay, this is something road not taken or not so heard of, or this is something very special. So that is how you recognize from plethora of things around you. So, and I'm very grateful to that teacher, Margaret, who made everybody clap, and yeah, it stuck. And then my father, of course, did not know how to go about this exam, because it's an all India exam, and and those days in Karnataka, nobody wrote this exam generally. It was all filled up with North Indians write these exams quite a bit, but in South India it picked up in the last 20 years. So he didn't know how to write this exam. I mean, how to tackle this, what subjects would come and so on. So, and I joined NCC, and as you saw in the photo, in the video, I got selected as the best cadet. I attended the Republic Day parade, and that was the Prime Minister at that time, VP Singh, to whom I explained some exhibition thing I was selected to explain. So that was the time, because I was also the best cadet, they took exams and tests in general knowledge. So I was given by the National Cadet Corps some magazines, to prepare for this general knowledge. So that was the time when I saw that how there were interviews of the toppers of IAS, IPS, the same exam. So that is the time when I actually got an idea as to how to write this exam. Otherwise, I was clueless. So this is how, if you keep your mind open, you pick up whatever you want there. If you don't have an open mind, if you don't have a if you are not already focused, then you won't pick up those cues. It's possible that if I did not have this as the goal, even if those interviews were there in the magazine, probably I wouldn't have looked into it. So this is how I picked up, and that is why I urge you, whatever you have the goal in mind, focus on it and keep looking for it. That is how you actually innovate and improvise. So keep looking, there is that general saying, opportunity knocks at the door, but it's only for those who have kept their eyes and ears open. So it's just that you, not just you have the goal, but you keep asking questions about it, keep looking for it as to how to reach your goal. Because somebody might have achieved it in some way, but there could be other ways. You could probably improvise on it, and you can do better, and you can reach the goal faster. So that is one. And then once you get in there also it doesn't stop. It's like running on the treadmill. There are many IPS officers, IAS officers, who, with all due respect, they have done good things in their career. But probably what put me on the national frame, probably that is something which I thought of doing a bit different from the rest. In fact, I gave this expose report on jail irregularities when I was posted as DIG prisons in Bengaluru. There was this close aide of Ms. Jayalalitha, who was the ex-CM. Her close aide, Shashikala, was housed in Bangalore jail. And that was a time when she was given a lot of perks against the rules, and I exposed it. I urged the seniors to take, my boss actually, I gave a report, but nothing was done, and then I sent it to the further seniors. So this is how you do, in the sense, see, many people come to me saying, okay, we approached police station, but nothing happened. But you don't stop there. Okay, many of you might encounter situations where you'll have to go to the police station or any government office, for example, and you come up with a frustrated mind that they are not doing their bit. But then you don't stop there. Life is a struggle, and you keep on doing. You go about it, doing till you reach the goal. So you complain to the higher ups, or you do other ways how to get your work done. So that is how in that post, though I was posted as DIG prisons, and my boss tells me, okay, this is a new post and you don't have any powers to change anything. So that is how then I gave a report further up, and then it got picked in the media, and then it was all in the news, the national news. And it also led to a lot of prison reforms in Karnataka. So what I say is, probably uh, any other officer in my place would have, when the boss says you cannot do any, you cannot take any action, you have no powers and so on. When the boss, your own boss tells, probably many of them, they just, you know, we say, okay, enough. Why for me? Why this headache for me? Let me just do whatever is on my table. But no, something which leads to public interest, the public good, I thought it is my responsibility to take it to the logical end, because finally it is taxpayers' money. Whatever goes into prison, management, the salaries and so on, it's all public money. So you cannot have one set of rules for one and another set of rules for the VIP. There's no VIP in jail. In fact, jails are supposed to be the greatest levelers. So then I of course faced hardships. I got memos from the government, I got notices, but I answered all of them because I was clear that this is what I'm supposed to do. And if you don't have any vested interest, you know, to, अगर आपको अपनी दाल नहीं गलानी है, then you know you'll do it. You'll do it in a perfect way that nobody can point fingers. Yes, you might face hardships, but finally the result will be very beautiful and nothing will happen to you. So that is a lesson. Again, I want to say that apart from your own self, finally when you reach the pinnacle of success, you always look for philanthropy. So keep doing it from when you're growing. So don't always think about yourself, but think of the public good. And sometimes we have to take risks. And after all, what is life without risk? So, you know, so that is one thing which I want you all to imbibe, the courage to say no to things and courage to certain things which are not to be done, and to say yes and encourage those who are actually doing the good work. And these days, you know, we are all in a world which is, you know, kind of instant. Everything is instantaneous. Everything comes very instantly to us, and that is why we are hardwired to expect success also very instantly. And once we don't get success in something, we immediately get frustrated and start thinking of changing the line, changing our goals. But I think persistence pays, and for that you have to identify basically what you're interested in. Because when my father said you have to be a civil servant, and then when I joined NCC, the interest leaned towards the uniform, the khaki uniform, and that is why the IPS. I got 43rd rank all India. I could have chosen IPS, but I chose IPS. Yeah. So basically you have to be interested, because when teacher asked me and when I went home, my mother said you have to be a doctor, but somehow that didn't, I didn't feel very good on hearing upon, okay, doctor. It didn't somehow, I didn't like it at the very onset. And this something which my father explained, you will be heading the district administration and so on. I liked it. So I think basically you have to see for yourself what is according to your personality, your interests, what is good for you, what you will be doing with passion 24/7, even if nobody has to tell you what is the field that you would be interested, which you can do, you know, put in hard work. So identify that. Even now it's not too late. Identify that and yeah, and work for it. Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions? Yes, please.
Good evening, ma'am. What is the toughest case you handled? Can you share?
I can't say one thing is toughest, because in every posting, the challenges were different. In fact, I've been almost, my average transfer is twice in a year. So in my 25 years of service, I've been transferred now 50 times. So every place had a different kind of a challenge. One was this, when I gave this prison expose report, firstly, the system did not believe me, though they are supposed to believe me in the sense I am the person sitting there and I'm giving a report that all is not well and these flouting of rules is happening and you're giving privileges to VIP and so on. Instead of believing me, they didn't trust me. They transferred me out and they set up another committee. And I had to depose before the committee. The committee found finally whatever I had said is all true. So that was, and as I said, they gave me memo, they gave me notice, there was some court case slapped on me, defamation by my boss. I sailed through all that. That was a different kind of challenge, a lot of risks. I was posted in a godforsaken place, as others would call it, though I don't see it that way. It was the newest district of Karnataka, Yadgiri in North Karnataka. Nobody wanted to go there. And there they kept me for 3 years. And that was a place which I had to raise as a baby, apart from looking into law and order situation, crime, etc. I had to set up, I had to recruit people, I had to set up the force, buy ammunitions, create buildings, first of all, identify land from there, from the scratch. That was a different kind of challenge. And another challenge was in a place called Gadag in North Karnataka. Generally, when this danga fasad happens, when rioting situations take place, police officers generally just book cases against those who actually are on the streets and who do the rioting. But I said, in one such situation, one rioting crowd had burnt some 2-3 buses belonging to the government. Again, it is government means it's public property, it's taxpayers' money. So I said, why did this crowd do this? So that is because some leader of theirs wanted to draw, he made a speech near the bus stand. He said he wanted to get the ticket for contesting elections. So he made a speech, we have to draw the attention of the high command, and that will only be done if you burn 2-3 buses and show your power. Otherwise, they'll give ticket to somebody else. If you want to show your leader's power, we'll show it by burning some 2-3 few buses. That's what that speech he made. And he had gone scot-free. So when I came to know of this, I got hold of that video where he had made that speech, and I made sure that he is made an accused and that he is arrested. And he was arrested at the dead of the night, because when I went to the police station, many of you will find this in, especially when you're a woman and you're working in a male-dominated system, many times women will not be taken seriously. So when I went to the place, rioting place, and I asked, okay, this crowd has burned 2-3 buses, but for whom? For whose sake? For what reason have they burned? Then the inspector did not reply, but I got hold of that video that this leader is the reason, he instigated them. And when I told my deputies, go get him, we'll arrest him, go get him. They said, no, he's not responsible, he has gone away to Bangalore, he's not to be found. I got all these lame excuses. And they kept dragging and they, buying time, till I sat in the police station till 10 o'clock, and I said, I won't budge until you get that man. So finally they thought, madam is not going. So they got him. He was very much there, but they kept giving me lame answers that he has already left for Bangalore, this and that. Finally, when I stood my ground and sat there, 9 baje hua, 9:30, it was 9:30, then 10. Finally, when they saw I'm not going anywhere, they got him at night. And they said, madam, he's here only. Okay, we have arrested. So he came. He sat in front of me. I said, look, Mr. So-and-so. He was actually ex-minister at that time. He had been a minister earlier. So I said, you cannot sit in front of me. You're an accused in this. So then we got him arrested. So that was again a different kind of challenge. Yeah, so each one is different. So that's what I say, what adds to your competence is what you do things differently, because generally I have seen in the police will only catch hold of some small fries who are on the road and doing some galatas, doing some rioting. Who is responsible, who has instigated them, that is the main thing, and they generally leave it because the people who are behind are always generally influential and bigwigs. So that is how one makes a difference, and you all also can make such difference, wherever you go. Where if you have the clarity as to what you should do, and if you build your core competence. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think
Pleasure.
we're all inspired in this room. Can I
you.
please have Dr. Pratish Nair and Dr. Vinod Madhavan to felicitate ma'am? Can we please have a round of applause for ma'am?